When I was young, I had a certain group of friends that there was like 4 of us, and we rode bikes everywhere in Santa Fe, and we were invincible because everywhere we were, we belonged. That was where we ran around, and our stomping grounds. It wasn't just our little neighborhood. It was everywhere we went. This was our home. If someone were to ask me, where are you from? I'd like to believe that all of Santa Fe is where I am from. When I was at El Dorado Hotel, I worked in the garage. And the majority of the stories that I would hear of people visiting is how beautiful it is here. It warmed my heart knowing that people are seeking my home. It just kind of like made me feel good about where I'm from. I don't want to keep it for myself, but I don't want to be pushed out of it either.
I am 22 now, and Santa Fe feels like a home made out of asterisks, a house built on doubt. I have been here for 4 years now, and I tell myself that I'm comfortable in my skin, convince myself that belonging and I fit into the same sentence. So why do I still hide my tired tongue? ¿Por qué me da ansia hablar español en esta ciudad? Back home, my ama would consider me a success, proud and happy for what I've accomplished. A good job in a busy part of town, graduating with a bachelor's degree, debt-free, doing well. So why do I feel shame when the landlord tells me we don't have the space for you? You aren't what we are looking for.
I'm in Las Vegas, and I'm boarding the plane.
On the plaza, that's where my grandfather first opened the shop. It was right next to the Plaza Cafe. My father had been running the shop for about 35 years. He's actually worked in the shop for 55 years now. I think just being part of the shop is kind of such an integral part of the community. And then you get people who have been coming in the shop since they were little kids. They've been like 40 years ago. You got guys that come in here and said that they got their first haircut here when they were a little kid, and now they're like 60 years old. Actually, I live in Albuquerque now, and I commute. Just kind of, the price of living kind of pushed us out of Santa Fe a bit, but I'm trying to move back in now.
I've noticed a lot of people moving from other states and kind of just making Santa Fe like their summer home spot, or winter they just come and spend like part of the year here. And a lot of people that grew up here move out because it is so expensive to live here. I feel like it takes a lot of the cultural people out of here, and bringing a lot of people that, of course, love Santa Fe and they're all about the art and what's going on here, but a lot of people are moving to like Rio Rancho, Bernalillo, because the housing is cheaper.
I am just the 3rd generation of women folk in my family to be free to choose where to call home. I migrated from New York City to the Southwest. I planted myself here because it felt like there was room for me to grow. The places I lived before, Harlem, Park Slope, Brooklyn, Lower East Side, Manhattan, have long been gentrified, and I do not want to go back there. I don't come from an experience of displacement like my ancestors did, but one of placement. I chose Santa Fe. My roots here aren't deep, but my heart chose Santa Fe.
Things change, and they're going to change. and change can be really, really good. That often this change has happened in ways that's left people behind. Why is it that we have these structures that have left some of us behind? It changes the story from, oh, it's never going to be the way it was, and we're always trying really hard to go back in a direction that you can't go. Well, what's important back there? What is it that we feel that we're missing, and how do we bring that with us? And how do we do it in a way that doesn't require me to say, well, I've been here forever and you haven't been here for very long, and so you can't understand me and I can't understand you and I don't want to work with you. How do we find a space where we can meet? And how do we find a space where we can say, oh yeah, we're both missing a sense of it being safe to be where you're from. We have work to do to make our lives close and intimate and integrated and community-oriented. And that's been a comfort because it makes it a human story, not a Hispanic story, not a displaced person story, not a new person story, just a story.